Hey, antisosurers. I'm back. I'm back. It's Antisocial Love with another video. So today we are talking about, of course, as you see in the title, Love and Marriage Huntsville, this last episode that just came out, okay? So I'm going to give a quick little recap, but also I got to keep it real with y'all because y'all are my Antisocial Love family. So I got to keep it real with y'all. So starting out as it comes on, we see Mel and Marcel having a little meeting, having a little powwow discussing pretty much what, happened in the media, happened in the news just recently with Marcel getting arrested. So they're going back and forth about some things, but honestly, it's just like hard to grasp. I mean, it's not hard to grasp. It's just funny to me because I feel like, is this just solely for a storyline or is this like real? So the reason I say this is just bear with me. Listen. Mel, she's upset. She's just like, I don't want you speaking on me at all. When people ask me about you, I didn't speak on you at all, so don't speak on me at all. Marcel was just like, that's y'all's business. And honestly, technically, he is free to say whatever he wants to say. But she's pretty much just like, I don't want you to say anything at all. If anybody asks you anything, don't say anything at all. So I could see both sides because from Marcel's side, he's a grown man. And whatever they got going on is what they got going on. He's free to say whatever, however he feels. From Mel's side, it's like, I gave y'all a certain courtesy that I feel like y'all should give back to me. So I'm like, is this even a real like issue that they're going back and forth over? Or because to me, it comes off as just Mel's feelings is hurt. She's hurt and she wants him to pick a side without actually picking a side. And trust me, I love me some Mel. OK, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you can want. Honestly, I don't want to be friends with somebody that is friends with my enemy or not even my enemy, but somebody that does not care for me or does not like me whatsoever. I wouldn't stop them from being friends, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to be personally friends with them because it's like, if you know this person does not like me and you know that you're my friend and you know my heart and you know I'm good, how could you not kind of choose a side? I kind of expect you to choose a side. So I see from that point of view with Mel, but on the flip side, Marcel is Marcel. He's a grown man. Then on top of that, it's kind of like, why is Mel having this conversation instead of Letitia? I do feel like anybody else, Letitia would definitely sit down and talk to them, even if it was towards Marcel, even like with how Stormy, she has an issue with Marcel. And I still feel like Tisha didn't really step up all the way at first, but then she started stepping up like, okay, you got an issue with my man. Let me step up. I feel like if anybody else was to go to Marcel, she would kind of be like, woman to woman, just like a man would be to man, a woman to woman. So it's kind of like the dynamic of Mel, just like, you know what, as she told her in the last episode, she did try to confront her about it. And of course, Tisha just like, I don't know what's going on. So she just like, you know what, I'm gonna take it up with him. But to me, I just thought that was a little odd that they were even sitting down together instead of Tisha sitting down with him, letting him know like, hey, Mel feels this type of way and maybe we should, or maybe we shouldn't, or whatever. I think that, just made more sense, but to each his own. I mean, and not just more sense to me, but just made, I feel like Tisha's trying to do this thing where she's trying to stand on her business now. So it's just like, as a woman, you should be, anybody got an issue with your husband, maybe you should be handling that. Just like as a man, you would want him to handle another man having an issue with you. Yes, y'all free to try to speak on however y'all feel. But when it comes to certain things, it's like, I do feel like woman to woman and man to man. Now, next, of course, we got Stormy and Destiny. So I love both of these ladies. I love Mel. I love both of these ladies. I love really all the ladies. They're all really cool. But these ladies are nice too. I really, really like them. And they're on my special list too. So Stormy, she's full of fun. I do feel like she came in a little spicy, as they gonna show. She came in a little spicy. But honestly, other than that, I don't see any spice from Stormy. She really cool. She really laid back. She really does try to be the peacemaker. And she glows, okay? She slays, okay? She really does her thing. She looks very cute, very sexy, she's giving grown woman. I love it. Destiny gives grown women too. She was the first on the show before Stormy giving grown women sex appeal. Okay. All the other ladies, don't get me wrong. They give sex appeal. Mel gives sex appeal too. Yes. I love Mel because she's more in my weight class too. Okay. I love her. Yeah, look at that. Crazy. So I just love the fact that they're able to sit down now. No more back and forth between these two. And they're pretty much discussing, of course, what's going on with the Sunni and Moses situation. Stormy, I see her a lot. She's been trying to be like the peacemaker of the group. I feel like she's came in and yeah, her and Destiny had a little, but they're cool now. And I love that. They're both able to move past it. I just love how Stormy is she doesn't have any negative energy, even when people have it for her. I love that. Like, I feel like when she first came in, she was like, oh, if you want some, you can get some. But now she's just like, you know what? I'm not doing that. Yep, you're going to be mad all you want. I'm just not going to entertain it. I don't have any issues. I'm not going to hold any grudges. It is what it is. I'm going to continue. Because you know what? When you hold on to grudges, you're hurting yourself. You consuming yourself with hatred and anger. The other person is still living their life and having fun. Yeah, people do shit to you. You have to stand on business. You have to protect your own. You have to protect yours. But now I see why they say don't hold it. Don't hold on to it and don't hold it in, because all that do is hurt you, really. It hurts you a lot. And so even with Destiny, her roles have changed. I feel like, leaving the show and coming back to the show, she has not had it easy at all. But I still commend Destiny for standing strong. And I know as women, even in particular, Black women, get tired. We get tired of having to stay strong and having to be strong. But I love the fact that she is in fact that and continues to be that. And as I've heard her say, life goes on. So I love that. So yeah, that was nice. All right, antisocial lovers. So this next scene, I really love it how they break into it with Marcel and Tisha both handling their business. I love to see the Black excellence. I love to see the teamwork. Honestly, I do. It's a very, very beautiful thing. So shout out to them for that. Shout out to Love and Marriage Huntsville for showcasing this. That's a very beautiful thing, especially among our Black culture, just because in our culture, it is not common to even be married. It is not common to have long lasting relationships. So no matter what they've been through, shout out to them and the fact that they're still continuing to grow. And then on top of that, it's hard to even be in business with somebody that you're with, let alone married to or just in a relationship with. So the fact that they able to balance everything, even though it's not as easy. And, Tisha often states it can get overwhelming, but I love to see that. Now, the conversation, the topics that they touch on, once again, the conversation that Marcel had with Mel about her not speaking, or him, Marcel not speaking to the blogs and things of that nature. Tisha, I don't know. Tisha's a character for me. It's just, what's so funny. I can relate to a lot of Tisha, but then I just don't understand her movements, which is so funny. I can relate to the feelings, but I don't understand her movements sometimes. I feel like Marcel has a completely good point. The same way she doesn't even try to control her mom, why does she expect someone else to try to control people around her? Mind you, for years, before Mel even had her little fans and the millimeters and all of that, before they even built to what it is now, Tisha's mom always been there attacking Mel. So, whether they be going back and forth, whatever, but Tisha's mom always been there saying whatever she got to say, saying whatever she want to say. And that has been a constant sore spot for Mel. So the fact that now she has this fan base that has grew to be what it is, and Tisha's like, well, nobody stops her. You don't even try to stop your fans. My mom don't tell people to attack. And it's just like, you're justifying it. But I like that Marcel is able to see both sides and still support his wife. I know that's a very hard position to even be in. So kudos to him for doing just that. But I do love that. And hopefully Tisha, she kind of listens and takes that in, because I think her and Marcel make a good team because of their partnership collectively. Marcel is way more level-headed than Tisha. I'm sure she brings a lot of other great qualities as a wife, as a mother. But when it comes to interacting and dealing with other people, even though Marcel can be a little irky, but really he has really calmed down and he's been more of the mediator. He's just like, you know what, I'm gonna just say yes. I'm gonna agree to disagree. So I really, really like to see that. And hopefully Tisha really heeds what Marcel is saying, because at the end of the day, you cannot hold people to standards that you're not holding yourself to as well. And I feel like that's been a common reoccurring issue with Tisha. No matter who she befriends or who tries to befriend her, she just never holds herself and whoever she's with to the same standards as other people. Even when it comes to Marcel and those allegations, whether or not he was cheating or not, it's like, she don't hold Marcel to the same standards that she would looking at Mel and Marcel when they were together. In her mind, it's like, well, your husband cheated, mine didn't. And it's just like, well, it takes more than just that for a divorce, So let's go ahead and cut to this other scene. We got Stormy's little gala, little lovers and friends gala. I really like it. I love when they decorate, when they be setting the scene, setting the mood. And I like how they show that. I love that she's able to incorporate her business into that. And yeah, I just think it's a beautiful thing. She's definitely showing back Black business, Black growth. It's wonderful. I like how she doesn't hold a grudge and she invites everyone, to her events. Obviously, she wants them to be a good turnout. So why hold yourself back? And you got to understand that when you hold hate in your heart and you're like, I don't like that person, I don't like that person, it's okay to have differences. That's what life's about. You're supposed to learn, you're supposed to grow, and it's okay to have differences. But when you have differences, sometimes if you try to block out someone just because of their differences, you can also be blocking out your blessings. And so Stormy is a great example of, no matter what's going on, I'm not blocking my blessings, because no matter what, this can all be used positively. This can grow. So she's showing a lot of women how to do it gracefully. Shout out to you, Stormy. Now she go ahead and give Latricia the little rundown, her and her man, the rundown of what they need to do. I'm surprised, honestly, they didn't already have a pre walkthrough of like how everything was going to go. But nevertheless, it seems like, she showed up. They showed up. It wasn't, it wasn't too complicated for her not to understand what was going on. So she was able to get it down packed and really show what was going on. So this is interesting. But because, mind you, we already seen in the previews, there's supposed to be a big talk at this little gala. So, yeah, this scene is pretty much just letting Stormy pretty much set up and fill out and let everybody know what's going on. And yeah, it's really nice. I like to see that. All right, y'all. So this is what it has been building up to. This is what it has been leading to. It all comes down to this gala. I mean, so far, the visual is epic. I mean, Stormy really put this together. Shout out once more to Stormy and her team. This actually turned out really, really nice. It's it's giving everything she wanted it to give. Sensual love. And the fact she gets to promote her brand, her beauty brand in such a glamorous way, a gorgeous way. I just love it. It's one thing to have an ideal, but to actually see it come to life, kudos to her. Kudos to her. Now, let's get into what we have been waiting for. Everybody is showing up to the party. And yeah, everyone seems to be, greeting everyone and starting to have a good time. It's a lot of speculation. It's a lot of questions. It's a lot of anticipation because obviously we see Sunni and Moses are in the building. And we all know that Destiny is supposed to arrive. Now, Miss Nell, okay? She don't like people calling her Nell. Call her Nell, okay? Now, Miss Nell, I love her because she can be a little petty, a little messy, but you know what? I respect her because she does it as a woman with grace. She's like, I'm not about to go asking and gossiping around. I'm going to just go straight to the source. What is going on? And honestly, that's such a grown woman boss move in itself. I don't care what age you are. That right there just shows maturity because it's one thing to have your own thoughts and opinion, but let's just say this. When you pull somebody aside and it's just you and them, you can get a feel for that person by themselves. You can get a feel for them, not people around them, not how they act when people are around them, but to actually just, separate somebody from whatever is going on, whether it was family, friends, her husband, whoever, just to separate them, just so you can get an ideal of them before you make any prejudgment. So I really appreciate Nell even doing that. I mean, granted, she's going to feel how she feels or have her own, judgment past them, but Nell really, I think Nell really did her thing when she just that action alone. She's just like, you know what? I'm a, greet you. I'm not going to act like I don't see you. I'm not going to, but I need to know what's going on because it's messy. It's messy. Everybody's talking about it and I don't want to just be sitting in your face and I got my own thoughts and opinions on it. So for me, I just like the fact that she did, do that. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what's going on. Okay. So I will say this. It's very funny just right now as we see when Nell kind of confronts Sunni and asks her what's going on. It's funny because when Sunni talks about it, she's just like, oh, well, we just found love. We just love each other. And, she turns into this such an innocent person. I don't have any hate in my bones, in my body. But we got to keep going on because I want to see how that conversation with Destiny goes. To my knowledge, from the little bit I did see, she was not giving that same innocent woman. Now, that to me is just a huge flag in my eyes too. So, but once again, like I said, I love the fact that Nell pulled her aside and they were at least able to at least have an understanding, at least get to an understanding instead of all this gossip around. Let's just get straight to it, I love it. You see Moses like the protective man he is in the background, like everybody coming from my wife, but he got to let that happen. And, they both got to understand what's going on. Like they understand, but they just kind of want people to just shut up and gloss over it like ain't nothing happened. But, they know what's going on. It's more than just, oh, y'all together and y'all love each other. Y'all know. Now, this part is kind of really important to me. That's why I kind of want to speak on this right here, because you see, after Nell pull her aside, her and Stormy have a little powwow. And one thing that Stormy says is, I understand. It's just giving, I got him now. I got the man now. And so for her to even say that, because that's what it looks like to everybody. It's like she don't have that same innocent energy with Destiny. So why you coming for her so hard? And you the one got, you got the husband, like you said. So why are you so mad? It's almost like a guilty conscience, right? Ain't that what Kimmy said in a previous episode? She said, why would you feel guilty if you didn't do anything wrong? And she was like, well, and she tried to clean it up. But I love how they, they touch base and then they go on about their day. Now, the lady of the hour. Yes. Destiny is here. I don't know why her breast is falling out. Excuse me, but I'm just saying it was. But yeah, we all waiting for Destiny to arrive, and I love the fact that she came as a woman, stood on business. Shout out to you, Destiny, man. Shout out to you, man. This can't be no easy situation. Leaving the show and coming back to the show. I mean, I understand you need a storyline, but dang, do the storyline. Not saying do it got to be drama, but I really do feel like this is her real life too. Whether they're glossing it up or what, this is really her real life too. So I feel like, just in general, just leaving and coming back when you feel like you've made real connections with people and it don't seem that they were real towards you. Yeah, that got to be hurtful. I don't care what she did. She probably was a villain too at one point. Who knows? But I'm just saying, just leaving and coming back to this, crazy. Sunni just like, this is funny because Sunni just like, yeah, I got to go talk to Destiny. Destiny don't want to talk to you. But all right, Sunni, if that's what you want to do. So, yeah, that's cute. That's funny. So, Sunni, at least she's woman enough to want to talk to her face to face, but I still don't understand what exactly she wants to talk to her about. I don't know. I mean, like, I understand, but it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I kind of felt like the gesture was nice, but the intention wasn't. It wasn't so you could really hash out the air and get to a better place so you could be at peace and everybody else could be at peace with you and your husband's union. It was more so, I just want to let you know that's my husband. You was a side chick. You ain't got no business, blah, blah, blah. It was kind of like attacking. And so the fact that she felt like, for one, Destiny already hurt, but then you want to come in being attackful. Like I said, you didn't keep that same innocent energy that you had with Nell and everybody else. Oh, we're just so in love. We didn't do anything wrong, blah, blah, blah. You didn't keep that same energy with Destiny. That's what people mean by keep that same energy. It don't always mean keep a negative energy. No, if you got good spirits, keep them same good spirits all the way around. But it just lets you know that you really ain't got good spirits. You faking it. So, and I don't know this woman for a can of paint, but I just don't like the fact, like, even if I didn't like Destiny, I still don't like how she's coming off. To me, it's coming off very fake. Why are you acting so innocent in front of everybody else? But then a person that you should be trying to straighten things out with, you giving them like they did something to you when really you did something. To me, that's giving guilty conscience. Anybody has ever had anything done to them and the person that did it act like you did something to them when really you were the one that had the shit done to you. I don't want to say victim, but you get what I'm saying. Then y'all understand what I'm saying. That's a guilty conscience. Somebody do something to you and then get mad at you like you did something to them. That's a guilty conscience. And a lot of people do that. So it's very interesting that that's kind of how she came off. And whether she sees it or not, the camera sees it. They can only do so much editing, but they're still editing real events that actually happened. So but yeah, this little back and forth was definitely, and let me try to switch gears just because I don't want to point out what I feel about the situation on the outside looking in. What I do want to state is that I think it would have worked in Sunny's best favor if she kind of came with that same heart that she gave to everybody else. I felt like it was backwards. Like you should have been defending yourself a little bit harder with everybody else, but gave that innocent energy to Destiny. That's kind of how I feel like it should have went. But you kind of came off mad aggressive. Like you mad at her for what? What are you mad at her for? For telling the truth? They no longer together. And she felt like, it was some snake stuff going on. Now, yeah, you can tell her, yeah, you're wrong. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I promise you it wasn't. But she really didn't to me, she really didn't apologize. She really didn't apologize. It was more like, I don't like what you're saying. You better accept that we're together now. It wasn't really, to me, it wasn't no real apology. Like, you know what? I'm sorry that you feel hurt. I'm sorry that, you thought that y'all were going to be together. But, at the end of the day, we are together now. It was kind of like teasing and taunting, kind of like what Destiny said, just teasing and taunting. So, I think that was just wild to me. I honestly did not expect the conversation to go that way. And I will say this, let's play a little bit devil's advocate. Sidebar. Stormy, I need one of them canvas bags. All right. But I do feel like the conversation could have went better. I do feel like it was a lot of tension built up on Sunny's end because she felt like she don't like how she is looking in a public eye. But really, that's not Destiny's fault. And I think that's where the aggression is coming from. She's blaming Destiny for how she's looking to their peers and their family and friends. So it's kind of like you can't blame that woman. You can't. We all done been in situations where we was dating somebody and all that. But at the end of the day, come on, ladies. We all know if a man playing both sides, he playing both sides. Why are you blaming the woman? And the fact that she got the ring now, like she's saying she's the wife, you shouldn't even be caring about stuff that happened before you were married. So I don't know. I just hope, they're able to figure, eventually this will die down and stuff and they're going to still be married. And, whether it work out for them or not, only time will tell. But, it's just crazy how it started. And, they got enough time, once you're married, that normally people plan on being married for a while. So they got enough time to figure it out. Now, the funny part is when she left Stormy's event, she was talking trash about her food. I thought that was kind of wild. Another thing is Marcel, how he show up, but don't even show up to model. Wasn't that the reason you were there? I mean, but Stormy being Stormy, she was cool with it. And I love that too. I appreciate that too. Like I said, don't ever block your blessings just because somebody don't do what you want them to do or do what you think they should do. Don't block your blessings. And I'm not saying that for all situations. Some situations, I understand. You got to cut people off. You got to. Canvas bag. Sorry, I seen it again. Listen, when I first seen her rock it in like a previous season, I promise you I went to go look for it. I don't think it was out yet. Now, if it is out, y'all got to let me know because I need to go get me one. Stormy, I need one. Them things just, I don't know. I like embossed bags. I do. I like embossed bags. And to me, that's given. I love it. But yeah, so this was nice, and her gala overall turned out nice. I noticed Sunni and Moses did leave. I feel like the only reason she came was to talk trash to Destiny. Was to talk to Destiny, and she accomplished that, and she dipped up out of there. But I think her, my bad, y'all. I think it was kind of wrong for her to talk trash about Stormy's food event. Like, them sandwiches were nasty. Like, lady, you know they caught that on camera, so it's kind of like you giving fake everywhere you go, as long as you got your man. And you know what? To me, I don't know. Them type of women just rub me wrong. They willing to crash out. And they don't care who they take with them, all for a man. And 9 times out of 10, they might even crash out the dude too, just because they just so twisted in the head. It's sad. And I'm not really saying Sunni is twisted, but the traits she's giving off, I didn't see other women have and do, literally crashing out for men, or are ready to crash out and hurt other people for a man. And really, nobody else is even that deep on that, except. So the fact that she's willing to cancel everything in her life just for her husband, to me, that's a little sad. Everybody wants, love, and I won't say everybody, but I want love, and I do feel like just crashing is never the answer. If you gotta crash out for it, 9 times out of 10 it ain't meant. I want a love that's gonna love me back, not a love that's gonna make me want to hurt everything and everybody. That's not love. So look at this gala. The gala's going good. Everything is starting to fit into the spaces and how it needs to fit into. Everything turning out good. I know Latricia was so uncomfortable, but I love the fact that she slayed, and she really does have a great body. I don't know if she mentioned that she had lost weight or what, but I do know that she mentioned there was a time where she started taking her fitness a little bit more seriously. So I love that for her. And honestly, girl, you look good. Yes, I understand you don't want to be butt naked running around, but you look good. Go ahead and show off what you work hard for. And of course, you and your man can reap the benefits of that later. So I think that's amazing. Now, another little moment I want to touch on, obviously, when Nell and Destiny got together. This is really important because I've seen some of the previews, and obviously it has not came out yet, but it will be coming out here shortly. I can't wait. And Nell really ride for Destiny, but Nell had to figure out what was going on. And as a woman, she really do ride for her. I don't want to give too much up, but this scene right here is so important. If y'all look at certain things that they put together, you can understand why this right here is called foreshadowing. Destiny really do kind of give a little more insight into how she feel about Moses and why she feels so betrayed. And that's really, a big, that's a good understanding. And I love the fact that she tried to hold it together for as long as she can. And now I know that to everybody else, it looked like, what is she getting? But you don't know like why Nell is, discussing this with Destiny. Obviously she heard from one side. It's always 2 sides to a story, right? She heard from one side, she's hearing it from the other, and she's gonna, move accordingly how she feels she needs to move, and her family, her business need to move. And sometimes you never know why people are around, or I won't say in your business, but everybody in your business ain't out to hurt you. Sometimes there are people that's just willing to help you, and you'll see why I say that once the new episode comes out. But and for those of y'all who've seen some of the previews, y'all already know she got kind of get a feel for the whole situation, and it is something that she's just like, wow, this is a lot, and I don't feel like this is, I don't feel like this is okay. I just don't feel like it's okay. So, and if I can, Nell really do what she do. So y'all know what I'm talking about. So I really just want to point out this scene right here. Kudos to all the ladies in this scene. Kudos to all the gentlemen in the scene, even though this wasn't about the gentlemen, but kudos to y'all being there, supporting y'all. You on just kudos to y'all being there and showing up and giving support, because as women we are maybe a little bit more emotional than guys. However, I do feel like that's only because a lot of guys were told and instructed not to really show their emotions, but it's really a big moment when men can actually step aside and be there for their woman who lets her who can't control all the time, or tries to control her emotions, and it doesn't always go according to plan. All right, so this was one of the very last scenes before it had cut off, or before obviously the episode ended. This one was Stormy pretty much finding out that she has a warrant for her arrest. And so this was very, very interesting because nobody, even Stormy, nobody, I'm pretty sure seen this coming at all. But the crazier part of the story is the fact that she has a warrant for her arrest for dealing or for interacting with someone who is a fan of Mel's. So, the Millimeters, a lot of the people in the cast have been having an issue with Melanie's fan base because some of them can get a little volatile. Okay. And this particular fan has followed Stormy to several different places of hers, business places, maybe even home. She just said a couple places. She didn't really specify what these places were. But and she knows this person considers himself a fan base, a Millimeter, a fan of Mel's. So I'm wondering if this is what Stormy's mom had an issue with Mel about, because it seems like at the reunion,
Stormy's mom didn't like Mel because she felt like you should have said something. Even if you didn't see it when it first happened, when you did see, you should have said something. I don't think that you're a friend of my daughter, because anybody that's coming for my daughter and they consider they're still a fan of yours or a friend of yours, whatever, you should be able to check like, hey, don't come from my cast. At the end of the day, whether you like Stormy or not, this is one of your castmates. This is somebody you have to work with, do business with. So it just doesn't make sense to have anybody attacked. And the fact that people are getting attacked behind them choosing your side and being friends with you, I do feel like you do have some sort of voice to say, hey, if you are a real friend or fan of mine, you will not be attacking the people I work with. Okay, even if it ain't the people you love or are friends with, I'm sure you're going to stick up for them, but even just the people you work with, you wouldn't be doing that. So the crazy part is Stormy has to turn herself into jail, and all because of this fan keeps provoking her. And the provoking work. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it off here. I can't wait until the new episode comes out tonight. You guys, you got to let me know what y'all feel. And peace out, you guys. It's Antisocial Love, and I'm signing off.